Forming the lower section of the centre arch, it raises in two halves like a giant drawbridge. Each one of these weighs over 1100 tonne and can be raised in under 60 seconds to allow larger shipping in and out the upper pool of London. Now if you look to Tower Bridge, to the right of it, you can see it's all wrapped up in scaffolding. What they're doing, Tower Bridge is undergoing a facelift, so what they do, they put scaffolding around it, wrap it up in plastic, they can then work on it whatever the weather, they shot blast it and paint it. Look to the left hand side of the bridge, you can see that bit's already been done. It takes them about 6 months to do each arch. Once that one's complete, they'll then be starting on the centre. Now as I said, Tower Bridge, it was opened in 1894 and it was built in a Gothic style to blend in with its surroundings. Once through the bridge to the right hand side, you will see the much older Tower of London. And work first commenced on the tower under the orders of William the Conqueror in 1078. It's been used as many things in its time, including a royal palace, a zoo, a mint, an observatory, most famously though a prison and a place of execution. Now it's over there today, folks, where they keep the crown jewels. And once again behind the tower you can see the Gherkin building. That gives you some indication of how much the river twists and turns. Over to the left once again is City Hall, offices for our London Mayor and his Assembly, Boris Johnson. Of us now, and to the left we have London's very own warship. This is the HMS Belfast. She was the largest of the light cruisers ever built for the British Royal Navy. She weighs 11,500 tonne. She did see active service during World War II and she last fired her guns in anger at the Korean campaign. She was decommissioned from the Royal Navy in the early 1970s where she was due for the scrap heap. She was saved from the scrap heap by the Imperial War Museum. She's now permanently moored up over there 7 days a week as a museum ship to the public. Over to the right hand side, the building behind the trees is Waterguard House, headquarters of Her Majesty's Customs and Excise. Now if you're caught smuggling anything into this country, drugs, alcohol, guns, tobacco, it's all taken off of you. It's stored in the basement of that building until you've been taken to trial. After your trial, once you have been sentenced, then all the contents is destroyed by fire. It is also said to be over there though where they have the finest Christmas party in the whole of London. Back over to the left hand side, all that land is known as the London Bridge City, right the way up to the next bridge. Now it all belongs to a member of the Q80 royal family. Back over here to the right hand side, the building with the glass frontage is Kent House, headquarters of Carlton Television. Now it's over there where no it's not. That building with the glass frontage, that building is a highly technological, superlogical, advanced training school for window cleaners. No, not really. It's offices for the Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank. And the bridge in front of us now, folks, the New London Bridge. This is actually the fourth London bridge to span the river at this point. The first one was erected by the Romans in AD 43. This present-day bridge was erected by McAlpine in 1973. The London Bridge before this became unsafe, taken down stone by stone, shipped out to America. It's now spanning Lake Havasu in the Arizona desert, USA. Once through the bridge, the gap between the two buildings to the left is the Southwark Cathedral. It was in Southwark Cathedral where a man called John Harford was baptised, the son of a local tradesman. He went to America to found the famous Harvard University in Massachusetts, USA. Also over there's a small sailing ship in wet dock. This is a replica of Sir Francis Drake's famous old ship, the Golden Hind. Sir Francis Drake, he was the first Englishman to navigate the world. The bridge in front of us now, this is the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. That's about it really. There's no historical interest to this bridge. In fact, all it really does is stops the trains from falling in the water. The next bridge in front of us, the Southwark Road Bridge, opened in 1925 and built to relieve the strain from the old London Bridge. Before we go through the bridge though, look over to the right, you can see one of the rubbish wharfs. You see them containers, they're all being loaded up with London's household rubbish. The big barges can take up to 34 containers, and each one of them containers, believe it or not, is a lorry container. One tug can tow up to 6 barges, so it is a very economical and environmentally friendly way of travelling cargo. Now, once through the bridge over to the right hand side, there's an entrance in the river wall. This is the oldest registered dock in the whole of London. That is Queen Hive Dock. That dates back to Roman times. Over to the left hand side, in between them trees over there, there's a small white painted house, and this is number 49 Cardinal's Wharf of Bankside. This was the home of Sir Christopher Wren for the 35 years it took to build St Paul's Cathedral. And the bridge in front of us now, this is Norman Foster's Millennium Footbridge. It was opened up in 2000. As we pass through the bridge, look to the right hand side where the bridge goes between the two buildings. You can see St Paul's Cathedral. As I said, it took 35 years to complete, and it is known as Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece. And this red brick building in front of St Paul's, this is the new City of London School for Boys. They tell us many of the people being educated in this building will probably turn out to be future statesmen and MPs. But still they do actually say it's a pretty good school. Well, they better hurry up and educate some of them people, because we seem to be running out of a few MPs, don't we? All at home doing their expenses. Well, we're now approaching a group of bridges. First one, the Blackfriars Railway Bridge. Second one is the Blackfriars Road Bridge. And in the middle is all that remains from the first ever railway bridge to span the River Thames. This is the old St Paul's Railway Bridge. It carried the first steam trains across the river for the Chatham and Dover Railway. Now, the top half of the bridge was removed many years ago as it couldn't take the weight of the modern day trains. The 12 abutments that remain, and we can see they're wrapping them up with scaffolding at the moment. What they're doing, they're re-strengthening them, and if you come back in 4 years from now, above the top of these abutments will be shops, restaurants and bars. It's all a part of the redevelopment of Blackfriars Station, which is over to the right. Excuse me, I do know they're young children, but could they? There is other people trying to listen. Thank you. Over to the left hand side you can see Sea Containers House. Now this belongs to the American shipping company called Sea Containers. As well as their ships, they do own a couple of little trains, one of them being the Flying Scotsman, the other the Orient Express. Coming up over here to the right hand side, there's a black and white ship called the President. That's a First World War gunboat. She did the active service on the China Seas, and she was permanently moored up over there for many years as training headquarters and offices for the Royal Naval Reserves. Well, the Royal Naval Reserves, they moved off there a few years ago. Moved into premises down near the Tower Bridge. The ship was taken over by a charity organisation known as Into Action, but unfortunately we don't know what action they're into. Over there to the left hand side now, behind the trees, the building with a glass frontage is Kent House, headquarters of Carlton Television. Now it's over there where we have the studios for our local news programme, London Today and London Tonight. Now they do use the river as a backdrop, and you quite often see the boats travelling up and down, so give them a big smile and a really big wave like you're all thoroughly enjoying yourselves. You never know, we could be on the telly as I speak. If you're here today with someone else's husband or wife, you better quickly look over to the right. If you do keep looking over to the left hand side though folks, you can see a building with an illuminated sign.